Florida just became the #1 state in America where retirees are moving, and it's not even close anymore. So get this, over 44,000 people age 60 or older relocated to Florida last year alone, with New York, California, and New Jersey leading the exodus. My friends, what nobody tells you about is that retiring in Orlando specifically, you get all the benefits of the Florida lifestyle without the hurricane risk, without the crushing insurance cost in most cases, and our healthcare infrastructure is growing faster than anywhere else in the state. So if you're thinking of retiring to Orlando, I'm going to take all of the guesswork out of the process of figuring out where the top spots the retirees truly love in this area and help you understand the different neighborhood types and their roles and the benefits and how all of it actually works. So with that being said, let's get into the update. All right, let's start with what's actually happening right now, because migration numbers are absolutely staggering for the state of Florida. As I said in the opener, in the most recent year of data, 44,500 people over the age of 60 relocated in a single year, which makes us the fastest growing state for retirees in American history. But here's what makes this even more interesting. The top 5 states that people are fleeing from tell you everything you need to know about why we're attracting them. These are high tax, high cost of living states where retirees watch their savings get hammered by state income tax year after year. Now, the good news, Florida has no state income tax on retirement savings, while New York charges up to 10.9%. California hits you with 13.3%, and New Jersey takes nearly 11% of everything you've worked to earn your entire life. Florida now has over 4.6 million residents over the age of 65, representing over 20% of our total population. Now, that number is projected to hit 6 million by the year 2030. Those numbers tell you that Florida is winning the retirement race. But here's the part where most people miss. Not all Florida locations are created equal. Because Orlando offers something that coastal cities simply cannot match, it comes down to geography, infrastructure, and cost. First, let's talk about weather and storms. Orlando sits roughly 50 miles inland from both coasts, and the geographic positioning for us is a game changer. When hurricanes make landfall, even Category 5s that are off the coast in the central area, they are weakened dramatically by the time they hit Orlando. Sure, we get our share of rain, wind, but we're not dealing with catastrophic storm surge. We're not dealing with sustained winds above 120 miles an hour that tend to devastate coastal communities. And this isn't just about comfort during the storm season. The geographic advantage translates directly into your wallet. Because of our location inland, our building codes are significantly less stringent than coastal requirements because we don't face the same extreme conditions. Ask anyone who's taken the costly route to remodel a home in the Miami-Dade area or in Tampa, and you are dealing with a much higher cost to deliver impact-resistant windows, reinforced roofing systems, and construction standard that adds tens of thousands of dollars to building cost. Orlando homes, standard construction is perfectly adequate because storms have already weakened before they reach us. As I said earlier, our top-end common extreme storm is usually a Category 1, even if it came inland at Tampa as a Cat 5. But here's where this really matters: insurance cost. My friends, if you're looking to retire in Miami, you could face potential annual homeowner insurance premiums at $6,000 to $12,000, and you even face the potential of not finding coverage at all in some of those locations. Now, Orlando homeowners are typically paying anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 annually for similar coverage because the risk profile for our city is completely different. And for some of the newer homes we'll discuss later in this video, you can expect a likely bill under $2,000 annual for coverage. That, my friends, is $4,000 to $8,000 in potential insurance policy savings every single year just by choosing Orlando over the coastal regions. And my friends, this is just the beginning of how Orlando protects your retirement budget, especially when it comes to what matters most as we age. And for that, we have to segue for a moment on something that's on every retiree's mind. How is the healthcare infrastructure in Orlando? Healthcare becomes priority number 1 when you're planning retirement, and Orlando is experiencing the most aggressive healthcare infrastructure expansion in the entire state right now. AdventHealth opened their new Lake Nona campus in 2024, and the Lake Nona Medical City expansion includes UCF's College of Medicine and multiple research institutes. We're talking about a healthcare ecosystem that rivals anything you'll find in Boston or Houston. Orlando Health and AdventHealth are simultaneously expanding across the metro with new facilities in Apopka, Minneola, St. Cloud, Clermont, and Winter Garden, just to name a few, and they are positioned to serve the growing retiree population. The physician to population ratio in Orlando is climbing faster than anywhere else in Florida because healthcare companies see what's coming. We are preparing for millions of additional retirees, and the infrastructure investment is happening right now. Now, having world-class healthcare nearby gives you peace of mind. But let's talk about what puts actual dollars back in your pocket every single year. Florida has zero state income tax. Not low income tax, zero. If you're retiring from New York with $100,000 in annual income from pensions and Social Security, New York takes nearly $11,000 in state income tax. In California, that number will be $13,300 a year, and New Jersey, $10,750 a year. For Florida, that's zero. Now, over a 20-year retirement stretch, we're talking about $200,000 to $250,000 in savings just by eliminating state income tax alone. But the tax advantages don't stop there. Property taxes in Florida average around 0.80% of assessed value, which is below the national average of 0.99%. Florida's homestead exemption reduces your taxable property value by up to $50,000 on your primary residence. If your home is worth $400,000, you're only paying property taxes on $350,000. And Governor Ron DeSantis has made senior property tax relief his signature issue, pushing legislation to expand senior exemptions and talking about completely eliminating property tax for long-term Florida retirees. Florida also has no estate tax and no inheritance tax. When we pass away, your wealth transfers to your heirs without the state taking a cut. The bottom line, Florida's tax structure protects retirement savings, and Orlando gives you all the big city benefits while costing you significantly less than living in Miami or Tampa. Speaking of cost of living, let's break down what retirement in Orlando actually costs compared to other Florida metros. Now, the median home price in Orlando sits at $395,000. Now, compare that to Miami at $623,000 or Naples, which is now over $700,000. You're looking at saving $200,000 to $300,000 on housing cost just by choosing Orlando over the coast. And that's for comparable properties in terms of size, amenities, and quality. Now, groceries in Orlando run about 11% higher than national average, which is typical for Florida. Healthcare costs are actually 8% lower than the national average, partly because of the competitive healthcare market we just discussed. Utilities for us are reasonable because we're not dealing with coastal salt air, and your HVAC system and home maintenance costs are lower in the long term. Okay, so we've made a great case that Orlando is great for retirees, but listen, where you actually live in Orlando makes all the difference. So I have to start by educating you for a brief moment on a large marketplace in this area that retirees flock to, called 55 plus communities or active adult communities. As the name implies, an active adult community means at least 80% of the homes must have one resident age 55 or older. Now, here's why people choose these communities. First, most are gated with controlled access. They tend to be quieter and safer and designed for relaxed living. Second, the amenities in most of these communities are resort level. Think pool, golf, tennis, pickleball, fitness centers, hobby studios, and organized activities on the daily. Third, these communities are designed for relationship building. Everyone's in a similar life stage, making it easy to build friendships and stay active. Now, these communities often have on-site activity managers whose full-time job is to keep everyone engaged with full calendars and full of fun and interesting things to do. If you've ever been on a cruise ship and you've seen those cruise activity directors, it's kind of like that for your neighborhood. All right, let's get specific. Let's talk about the best areas around Orlando where retirees flock to. And also, let me tell you this, if any of these communities catch your eye, you'd like to know more about them, drop down below. I've attached my full city updates. These videos are not bent on just the retirement landscape of these neighborhoods. They actually give you a feel for the greater area and what they offer. Don't go there now. At the very end of the video, if you have more interest, find the city video that interests you most. Area number 1, St. Cloud. Now, St. Cloud sits in the southern part of the Orlando metro, and it's become one of the hottest retirement destinations in Central Florida for one simple reason. You're getting Lake Nona proximity without the Lake Nona prices. And Lake Nona, for those that don't know, is one of the more pricier areas and one of the more popular areas throughout Central Florida. In St. Cloud, bordering the area means you have access to their medical infrastructure and their shopping and all the dining, but you're typically paying a lot less than housing there. So let's talk about the standout communities. Delweb Oasis at Sunbridge is the newest development, part of a massive Sunbridge master plan community. Del Webb brings resort-style amenities, organized activities, and wellness focus. Your home prices here are going to range from 300s to the low 800s. Now further south, Twin Lakes sits closer to downtown St. Cloud with mature landscaping and established social groups. Prices here are going to run slightly lower, making it attractive for retirees on a tighter budget. Now, Harmony to the far southwest deserves some special attention as well. This new urbanism community has walkable downtown areas with shops and restaurants. Harmony includes an all-ages section along with a 55-plus section, creating a unique multi-generational living experience. Home prices here are going to be priced from the mid-300s to the 500s. And again, St. Cloud works for retirees because of a combination of Lake Nona adjacency for healthcare and shopping, combined with significantly lower housing costs and new developments designed specifically for the active adult lifestyle.
Hey, it's me interrupting myself. Are you selling or buying? One call, that's all you need, and put nearly 4,000 home sales and 23 years of experience to work for you.
Jared Jones is the way to go. Call 706-5000.
Area number 2, we're talking Winter Garden. Now, Winter Garden sits on the west side of Metro Orlando, and it's become the go-to area for retirees who want easy access to Disney World or Universal without actually living in the tourist corridor chaos. Now, retirees here are considering Del Webb Oasis, which is really close to the Disney Resort. It offers great resort-style amenities that Del Webb's famous for. Retirees love that you're 15 to 20 minutes from the Magic Kingdom, close enough that working part-time becomes convenient. And that's something most people don't know, is that many retirees take casual Disney or Universal jobs for social interaction, free park access, and end up just working a few shifts weekly. Now, just a few minutes from this Del Webb community in Winter Garden, we have to talk about Four Seasons by Cay of Ninian. Technically Kissimmee, but it connects well via the 429, and to me, it feels more like Winter Garden than Kissimmee. Now, the community offers similar active adult lifestyle with slightly lower price points. You got properties here ranging from the 300s to the 800s. When you want to combine theme park access, great access to shopping districts, restaurants, and shops, Winter Garden has to make the list. Area number 3, Clermont, Florida. Now, Clermont sits 30 minutes west of Orlando, and it's known for hills and established active adult communities. Kingsridge offers mature landscaping and deeply embedded social groups. Homes here range from the reachable high 200s for older villas to larger homes in the 4s and 500s. And yes, again, we have to mention Del Webb because they have a beautiful site at Minneola, north of Clermont, with easy access to the turnpike. The area offers a new Advent Health Hospital that's currently under construction nearby, and the Crooked Can Marketplace is coming as well. Homes here are going to go from the 300s to the 500s to start. Downtown Clermont has an art scene, waterfront dining on Lake Minneola. You have beautiful hills across this area that are unlike anything in Central Florida, not to mention a lot to do outdoors between the lakes, the parks, and South Lake Trail for biking. Now, we have to mention Trilogy. This is just outside of Clermont city limits. It's actually in Groveland. What a beautiful setup this is. Maybe too far in the country for some, but Trilogy creates a resort-style community with a wellness focus and travel programs. The Magnolia House on site serves as the social hub. You've got restaurants, spa, fitness, golf, and events. It's a beautiful site. You have established, finished homes here, all resale, and you can expect home prices here to range from the upper 300s to up over $700,000 price point. My friends, one thing I will say for most of these neighborhoods that I've mentioned in 55 plus category, and I could go on for several more, is that even the ones that are established and here already, that are here 15 years, they're not just being maintained, they're constantly being added to and evolving. And so that's one of the things I would say, because I've seen a lot of different areas outside of Central Florida, and I feel like someone just pushes pause on these older neighborhoods and nothing else happens, and they don't necessarily tend to look as fresh as they did years ago. We've covered some incredible communities so far, but there's one retirement destination that is in a league of its own. The next one we have to talk about is the Villages. My friends, this is the largest age-restricted community in the United States, and it operates more like a city than a neighborhood. The Villages spans 3 counties. We're talking Sumter, Marion, and Lake, covering approximately 57 square miles. This is a retirement mecca that's larger than Manhattan. The census says there were 80,000 residents in 2020, and the broader community continues growing with thousands of additional homes under development at any given time. So let's start with what the Villages actually offer, because the scale of it is absolutely mind-boggling. We're talking 56 golf courses with 729 holes, including 42 9-hole hole executive courses, 12 championship country club courses. You have over 100 recreation centers with pools, tennis, pickleball courts, bocce, shuffleboard, fitness centers, and spaces for theaters and music, and pet parks. Over 3,500 resident-led clubs covering every interest imaginable, from woodworking and line dancing to veterans groups and singles clubs. 3 town squares, Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter Landing, and Brownwood Paddock Square, each are roughly 500,000 square feet with shops, restaurants, bars, and live entertainment every single night. Let's go. The Villages operates its own newspaper, radio station, and television network. It isn't just big, it's completely self-contained. You can live your entire life inside the Villages without ever needing to leave for shopping, for dining, for entertainment, or healthcare. Commercial development includes 18 grocery stores, multiple Publix, with Winn-Dixie, Target, Walmart, Fresh Market, and even Sprouts. Now, medical facilities, you have urgent care centers and specialists operating throughout the community. And ultimately, what makes the Villages unique is the lifestyle and infrastructure. Golf cart culture dominates here. The community maintains around 750 miles of private roads, and golf carts serve as the primary transportation. You'll see golf cart bridges crossing major highways, golf cart parking at every business, and residents customizing carts like their sports cars. But let's talk for a moment about just who the Villages attract and whether it's right for you. The median age here is 67.4 years of age, making it one of the oldest communities in America. Demographics skew heavily toward veterans, with 16.3% of the residents being former military, which is the largest veteran population anywhere without a military base. The community attracts residents from the Midwest, the Northeast, with particularly strong representation from Staten Island, New York. Now, home prices from the Villages are going to range from the upper 300s to well over the 600 range for new construction in premium locations. Now, the Villages operates under community development districts that manage infrastructure, recreation, and public safety, funded through property taxes, and the monthly amenities fees are approximately $189. That fee covers access to all recreation centers, pools, fitness facilities, and organized activities. It's essentially a country club membership built into your living cost. Now, the crime rates in the Villages is 1/3 lower than Florida's average for property crime and half the state average for violent crime. The controlled access environment, security patrols, and demographic makeup create a genuinely safe community. But here's what you need to know about the Village's unique character. This community has a distinct vibe. It's social, it's active, and it's structured, and it's constant engagement. If you're a bit of an introvert who wants a quiet retirement, reading books on your porch, the Villages might just overwhelm you. But if you thrive on activities and social interaction and having options every single day, this might just be the place for you. The Villages itself is located about 45 miles northwest of Orlando, putting it far enough out that you're separated from the urban sprawl, but close enough to access when you need it. Now, Orlando International Airport is going to sit about an hour drive away. The theme parks are also pushing an hour in drive time. The bottom line on the Villages: this is retirement living to the max. You're going to trade proximity to Orlando for a completely self-contained lifestyle where everything literally resolves around retirement, even the community itself. And for the right person, it's absolutely perfect. So there you have it. Orlando Retirement Living offers something for everyone, from value-focused communities like St. Cloud to theme park adjacent living in Winter Garden, to established communities with beauty and character like Clermont, or you got the Villages for that all-in lifestyle. Did I help you understand the marketplace better here in Orlando? And if I did, make me this promise that when you're ready to buy or sell in Florida, you'll remember this moment and give me the opportunity to earn your business. Even outside of Orlando, I can help you by connecting you with a trusted agent. I honestly do not make these videos for ad revenue. I make them to build a relationship with you before you need me. So please, if I've added value, do me a favor and commit right now to give me a chance when the time is right. And if you haven't done so already, do me a favor, drop down below, smash the thumbs up. It'd mean a lot to me and help the channel. Consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates on growth, housing market, and data news across the Orlando market.
Jared Jones is the way to go. Call 706-5000.
If you're in the Central Florida area and you're looking for a great church, I'd love for you to join me at the Grove Bible Chapel. Just visit joinmeatthegrove.com for full details.